Not a quitter.
You are a quitter.
Nobody likes a quitter.
I do. Why do you didn't turn the fan on?
What? You turned it off. It's right there.
Theme song. I stole it. Theme song.
You ruined it at the beginning.
Theme song. Stupid bitch, you're John.
This is love.
John is a stupid man.
Stupid man.
And he's the sound. I wish he would be the sound of silence. But he fucking talks all day. Even when I say, hey, hey.
You're dumb.
I'm so tired. Hi.
Good day, people. Hello.
Good day.
Hello.
Hello, darkness.
Hello, darkness.
You don't even have any
My
friends.
married friend.
I don't have any friends. That sucks.
That's not true.
It is true.
That's not true.
You want to argue right now? I can't even keep my fucking eyes open. And my thumbs, look how wonky my thumbs are
Yeah,
right
you look.
now.
Your hands are all red.
They hurt.
I bet that was a lot you did today. So, hello, welcome back to our mostly Tuesday, I guess, that we start putting this out pretty regularly now.
Right? Well, we're going to have to do it next Tuesday, too, because I'll be at
So I guess
Cyclo Show.
Tuesday's our new day to put them out for a while. I mean, sometimes it'll be Monday, but it should be no later than Tuesday for the most part.
We're trying, guys. We're
just busy.
We're above water. We're treading.
Are we?
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Excuse me.
You just totally burped, and you would give me shit, so
I
much shit
cannot
for
believe-
that. You'd be like, oh my God, I can't believe you did that.
It jumped out of my throat.
Nothing jumps out of your throat, baby.
That
maybe,
did.
Maybe down your throat, but not.
It jumped out. It was like it was making room for your sperm later. Ew, that's so gross. Don't let me talk anymore. I know you have a note because I watched you make your note.
Did I?
Yeah.
I don't even know if I have my phone.
Are you fucking serious right now?
You're gonna make me get my notes out.
I'm gonna make you get your note out.
It is my note.
Welcome to When Wife Gives You Lemons.
Ooh, I know what it was.
Uh-huh.
So there was a guy. He got in trouble. He had gotten arrested because for years, decades.
You just said 4 years.
I said for years.
Oh, for years. Oh,
Fur.
not fur. Okay, not a four. A
That's
fur.
right,
A
fur.
fur. A
For
for
years.
years.
That was the hillbilly in me coming out. I'm part white little hillbilly from Southern California. Anyway.
Oh, my head's so heavy.
Anyway.
4 years. Decades.
So for decades, this lady had died, and her son would go to, like, put, flowers or clean up her, headstone once in a while, and he kept finding shit on it. What the fuck, right?
Like human shit?
Yeah, like shit. Always in the same spot, like right on the tombstone, right in the middle. Just fucking take a dump right on the headstone, right? This guy's like, what the fuck? And this goes on forever.
For years.
For years. So the guy finally, they have cameras, finally, modern era. It's a little town. So they get the cameras. Okay, I think it went on for like 2 years. So anyway, for 2 years this goes on. Finally they get the cameras going and they start looking, and it turns out it was the lady who died's ex-husband, and they had a nasty divorce previous. He was there. He would go with his current wife every day and pee on her grave and take a shit sometimes on it if he had to. Just fuck you, bitch. I hate you. For years. That is some deep-rooted hate.
Holy shit.
I would get tired of shitting on your grave at least after a week.
After 4 days.
After 4 days. I would be doing it for days.
You need to get closer. I need you closer. Thank you. Oh my god. Okay, So we were at the
That was my note.
That was a good note.
Word up.
Not hard. We were at the Comedy Store last night.
Yeah, that was fun.
Massaged a lot of people last night.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, we got home. I finally fell asleep around 1:30.
Right.
I woke up at 4 or 5:30, took the dog for her walk, got the kid to school, and then went to work because my first massage was at 8. I normally don't do 8 massages. And I did 8. I started at 8 and I did 8.
I was with you.
I am fucking...
I did. Remember I used to do that shit all the time.
Yeah, but... Yeah.
Yeah, but what?
Well, I stayed up late, too. I used to get home from the Comedy Store. Okay, but I used to do it all the time. Because I'd work on Saturday at the Comedy Store, and I'd always work on Sunday. So... And I had to do my pervert guy today, and he kept asking me what my kink was, and I was like, I told him I had a fantasy, but I don't think I have a kink. Do I have a kink?
I mean...
I like my hair pulled, but not hard. That's not kinky.
Not really.
I don't think I have a kink. I want to peg you. That's my kink. Fuck, I had a good answer. I should have told him I want to peg my husband.
You gonna ask him if he wants to get pegged?
I think he'd let me. He's so fucking horny. I'm like, ew.
Tell him to go fuck his wife.
Well, he's already... whatever.
Tell him to go fuck around with somebody else's wife and leave mine alone.
Well, just know that you won't be getting any tickets in certain areas of LA. You're safe in some parts of LA for getting a ticket. So
Get it out.
Dr. Hines and I were I don't know who that is. Dr. Hong Kong and I were talking the other day, and Dr. Hong Kong's wife, and we have a couple who comes into the office all and they're kind of odd. They're an odd couple, and they talk a lot.
They're odd
No, not my doctors. The people who come in, and they were talking. And they were talking about, like, they're older, so, like, of course, like, conspiracy theories. They're like, yeah, if there's a water bottle on your tire, don't get out and get it. And blah, 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 blah. And I was telling him about you and how you came into the living room all hot because you... Okay, hold on. You came into the living room and you had that... So Verlene, my friend...
Okay.
3D printed these skull caps for my tire.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
My tire valves. And John came in with one of my skull caps because one of my tires was low. And he's all, do you know what this is? And I go, yeah, Verlene made them for me. Next time I see her, she's going to make me little dick ones. But she only had the skull ones then. And you're all, oh, I thought they marked you for
Like an old man. Well, remember I was telling you when Jamie and I went to disc golf that morning? We were driving that little canyon road, and we turned this little it's like a 1.5 lane road.
Uh-huh.
And we turned the corner, and there's a car parked long, like sideways.
Oh, it was that day?
And it was still dark out because we were going disc golfing.
Uh-huh.
And there was just enough room for me to squeeze around the side of him, so I did. And then I of course, you know me, I was like, oh, I'm going to stop and help him.
I wonder if he'll put skulls on my tires.
Right? I wonder if he's going to check me. and then I was like, well, I'll keep it running. I go, stay close to the car, Jamie. And I go, what's going on, dude? And he's like, well, he goes, I was coming up the hill and my clutch let out. You know, he was this little,
person.
He goes, my clutch let out going up the hill, and I couldn't get all the way up the hill, so I tried to turn around without falling off the edge of the road, and I ended up coming forward, and it died, and I smashed the mountain. Like, the nose of the thing's buried in the mountain.
Aww.
I go, all right. Why don't we help you? I'm waiting for, like, people to come jumping out of the hills.
Right.
Like an Indian story from back in the day. From, like, in the Western days. They're going to come out and I can start scalping and shit. Take them home and be stuck out there without my Honda.
I can't open
Just let me take my Frisbees! Fucking take everything. Just leave my Frisbees.
Oh, and the trophy. Am I right?
Yeah, that's right. They can't get it back. Those guys are never getting it back.
Oh,
ever.
Oh my god.
Ever.
You're sassy. Okay, but I have a question. What would happen instead if Verlene would have had the little dicks instead of the skulls? Would have you been like more like, oh, that was Joy?
Yes.
Okay, I need Verlene to make me dicks.
100%.
I need a reminder because I'll see her. I don't know.
100%. You gonna make it then?
Yeah. Okay, you like.
Oh, before I forget. So the other night, we were talking. You were awake, I was awake.
Mm-hmm.
And you were asleep. Like, we finished a sentence, and all of a sudden it was quiet. And I was like, okay, well, I mean, it was quiet for a minute. And then you said, oh, we gotta catch it. And I go,
How do we have to get?
is she asleep already? I go, what the fuck? How? I go, in all the years we've been together, I go, I don't think I've ever seen her fall asleep. That's crazy, right? I'm sitting there and watching, I'm like, right? And you go, like a minute later, you're like, it's flying right there. We gotta get that. We gotta catch that. And I go, what are we catching? You go, that dog that's flying right there. I go, what? I go, fuck, she's asleep. That motherfucker's already asleep. Instead of like playing with you, and I could have played more with him, asked more about it, but I was like, what the fuck? Fucker's already asleep.
You know, you tell me these stories, and I.
Oh, you think I'm just making up a flying dog that you decided, I think I'm going to talk about a flying dog today.
Oh my god.
You're dumb.
I'm dumb. You're the one trying to catch a flying dog.
You're the one asking me to catch it.
Did you?
I didn't know where it was flying around, and I was like, holy shit. I was like, oh my god, this flying dog looks just like Gilly. I know it.
It probably did.
I could see it with the stupid little tiny wings, like this big, that but somehow flies.
Just hitting everything.
And the tail's just all foo, 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 foo. Oh my god, I could just picture it.
So, I'm obsessed with this fucking puppy horse dog that we have. To the point, like, if I love something too much, I, like, push it away a lot. So I've been like, oh, I hate her. And then Brody's all, Mom, you gotta stop saying you hate Gilly. Next time you say you hate Gilly, Dad's gonna be my favorite. So I was like, fuck that. I go, I'm gonna kill Gilly. Gilly's dead. Gilly's gone. And then he walks out and Gilly, I didn't fucking kill her. We all knew. But he walked out and he's all, well, who's that? And I'm all, Gilly too.
Gilly, no.
I go, not Gilly. And he was like, Mom. And now Gilly, so I'm obsessed with Gilly. Gilly is obsessed with this horse named Blue. You're my boy, Blue.
The horse down the street. She's always like, check that fucker out.
They touch noses. They love each other. It's insane. But Farley is
That's weird that he's like that because he's such a nice.
I know, he's kind of a jerk to that horse.
He's getting older and he's starting to become a dick.
So is Mitzi. Mitzi's getting feisty too. Mitzi's always been feisty.
She's kind of one of those attitudes.
Yeah, dogitudes.
Yeah, she's a bitch.
Yeah.
Literally.
I have something. I don't know if you know this. Okay, tell me if you learned this in school. Have you ever heard of the Oak of the Golden Dream?
Yes.
And that Santa Clarita is the first place gold was found in the gold rush?
Yes. Clarita Canyon. Thank you. Come again. I know my history of my valley.
Tyler didn't know.
Tyler's dumb.
When we were driving, we passed on the freeway when he ditched me and then came back for me. We passed this thing and it said the Dream of Golden Oak. I was like, what the fuck is that? And it's the historical site sign.
Right.
So I read about it and I was like, did you know that Santa Clarita is the first place that gold was?
Huge gold rush, yeah.
And he was like, no. And I go, you didn't learn that in school?
Yeah, they talk about it in school. Or they used to. They probably don't anymore.
I don't know why they wouldn't. It's local history. And he ate an onion, and then when he was about to eat the onion, there was gold dust on it, and then he like flicked it up.
And there's a big old friggin' nugget.
Yeah.
You know how much gold is still up there in Clarita Canyon?
There's gold in them there hills.
There's boatloads up there, but you can't mine or anything up there. They don't allow that shit.
Well then, There goes one of my notes. It was a big note too.
Well, it said like, let's go. It was like you were gonna tell me, you were gonna freaking nail me with some crazy history. Check out this.
I thought.
Wow.
Because you didn't, and then you tried to tell me that.
I am a champion of history in Santa Clarita Valley.
My friend.
Ooh, I did it.
I did it.
I'm pretty proud of that.
And then all I have is, and we were talking
You were
about
all excited
it.
about it too. That's funny.
I wrote, because you told me about a lake that's the portal to hell.
Yeah. It's either Lake Elizabeth or Lake Hughes. Lake Elizabeth or Lake Hughes. But it's up on the hill there. It's up in the mountains. And there was like this urban legend that it was like their foothold to hell or some shit. I don't know. I can't type that fast, so I'll let you look that up and then you can do it.
California Lake Portal to Hell.
Uh-huh.
It's, I don't think it is. The portal to hell is a 72 feet wide.
Uh-huh.
Feet wide? Wouldn't it be 72 foot wide?
Well, this is a different world. This is a portal.
245 feet long tunnel that functions as a drain hole, swallowing approximately 48 cubic feet of water per second. When the water level at
California,
that's a
portal to hell because you're gonna die.
Berryessa Reservoir Lake.
Did you? Well, look up Lake.
What is the glory hole in California Lake?
That's right over here at off of Verdal.
Oh my God,
There's a glory hole right here in the back. You just walk up to the back.
That was the
knock twice.
That was the ugliest laugh.
And ask for a wiener.
Oh no.
You know what sucks?
Chicken
Girls can't
vacuums.
have their own glory holes.
We are the glory hole.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But like we can walk up and put our Peters through the hole and go for it. Whether it's a girl or a dude, we don't know what's on the other side of that. But you take your chance. You put it through and you take your chance. Now, it could be a fucking goat over there. You don't know. Probably is.
The monster of Lake
Listen,
of Elizabeth
yes,
Lake.
That's the one. So maybe it's like a parallel dimension. I don't know. Anyway, so
glory hole.
Yeah. So how would a girl? They can't press up.
Glory sticks.
So somebody just sticks a stick through, and you just have that.
Stick, a cucumber, a dog toy.
They just put it through backwards, and it's
a hot dog.
It's like the hole of glory instead of the glory hole.
If you had sex with a lady named Glory. There's nobody named Glory, is there? There's got to be someone named Glory. Glory's hole.
Would you sing Glory, Glory, Hallelujah when you busted and you're just blasting all over there, spraying her down?
Spraying her down.
Spraying her down with all the goods. So
Palmdale.
It's in Pompton, yeah.
There's at least 10 different Elizabeth lakes in California. This one is LA County near Palmdale and perhaps the oldest one. Legend states that the devil himself created the lake and placed one of his own pets inside of it. If you swim deep enough, eventually you will find a secret passage direct to the underworld, which isn't entirely far-fetched, as the lake lies directly over the San Andreas Fault line. From this lake, a horrible monster came to be.
Boom.
Alright, that's dumb.
Is there any pictures? Don't worry about it. We'll look at it later.
Okay, it's a mama bear reaction to a man to save her drowning cub, is what I have.
Oh, come help me! Come help me! My bear can't swim! My little bear can't swim!
I could say something, and it'd be so bad. Fucking polar bears. Fuck polar bears.
They're mean.
They are mean.
They can smell you for miles, so they know they're gonna fuck you up before they even get there. They're like.
They take a nap before you.
They do. They're like. They can smell you from 2 miles away, so they've already decided they're gonna fuck you up before you even see them. You're like, oh my god, polar bear! They're like, yeah, I've been coming in.
It took you fucking long enough, you dumb asshole.
Yeah, it was a long trek. I'm hungry now. Go fuck yourself.
And I don't know. I told my brother. Okay, so my brother has a huge crush on Stephanie from Fuller House. She was in the green room last night at the Comedy Store. So I wrote my brother, I was like, hey, Jody Sweetman's in the green room with me right now. I'm literally 5 feet from her. Nothing.
It's because he had to beat it to it. And he's like, what? Say that again. He just took her name and like screenshotted it. And
I have a question.
you in the back?
Thank you. Do you have songs in your head when you masturbate? I'm being serious.
I don't know. I never thought about it, but I might have to try it. Might change up the stroke and be like, ooh, look at that.
When do you have time to masturbate?
I'll do it right now. I've done it twice since we've been sitting here.
But that's not. Is it masturbating when I'm in the room?
All the time, dude.
Dude? Okay. Good, bro. Good, bro.
I've done it twice right now.
Oh my god. I almost don't want to tell you. I'm the dumbest person in the fucking world.
Please tell me.
Oh my god. Now remember, there was a bunch of weed in the green room. I'm pretty sure I had a contact high. Okay.
Oh, I got it. It was like you could have cut that. You could have like cut a hole like a door.
And I'm pretty sure that no, I'm not pretty. I was exhausted, so it was late. It was like past midnight. So there was a new guy at the back door, and I was standing there waiting for you because you ended up talking to O'Neill for a while. So I'm like, fuck, and I'm leaning against the wall because I was tired. I massaged a lot of people. Sure. I worked hard. So I'm leaning against.
How often is it you waiting for
I know. And I'm leaning against the wall, and I looked at the new door guy, and I go, hey, who hosted tonight? And I swear he said John Uck. And I go, I don't know that person. I go, there's too many of the new guys out here. And he goes, I said potluck. And I was all, oh.
Oops.
He's like, I was asking if you were asking. But also, obviously, I know who's hosting tonight.
Right.
It's going to be the potluck, you fucking idiot.
Right. Fucking newbies.
But I was like, oh, I swear he said John Uck. And I was like, oh, I don't know that. And he's like, no, it's Joe Marisi. And I was like, oh, I know Joe. I felt so dumb. But also in my defense, he was talking into my half-deaf ear, so.
So I was talking to Ryan.
Uh-huh.
And we were chatting about race cars and stuff because he's a race car guy.
Uh-huh.
So we were kind of talking about race cars, and I go, yeah, man, I have this thing I really want to do since I'm never gonna, my prime time has passed for getting in a race car and being like a real race car driver.
Right,
at this
because you
point.
get sick anyway.
No, not if I'm driving.
Okay.
But anyway, so I'm like, and I've always said, well, I want to do one of those 24 hours of Lemons races, which is where you get these junker cars and you put a cage in it and a seat, and I think you spend like, a couple $1,000 between like 4 dudes or something, and you make these little race cars and you do like a 24-hour race, and there's like hundreds of people that go and do it, right? And I was like, yeah, my son and I keep talking about wanting to do this Lemons race, and Ryan's like, fuck yes. He's all, fuck yes, twice, I'm in. I go, really? He goes, dude, that would be so much fun. And I'm like, all right. Because he drove some racing stuff too, and he's like, dude, that would be so much fun. I was like, hell yeah, that would be fun.
I am going to say, if you did that.
You want to be the 4th driver?
No. If you did that, you would basically lose your littlest buddy.
Why?
Because he's already like, don't tell Dad. But, Dad and RC racing was our thing, and then Tyler started racing.
Oh, you told
and
me
now
that
every
already.
time Dad says, every time I try and talk to Dad's like, just ask Tyler. Tyler knows what he's talking about. He's like,
That's not true.
I lose my dad. I've lost my dad.
It's not true. And it's not RC racing. A race of Lemons is real cars.
I know, and he would be puppy devastated.
Why couldn't he come and be part of it?
I don't know. I'm just telling you. He wants to be your buddy so bad.
We went and raced last weekend together.
I know. You guys left. Who's that?
One of the dogs.
It's Gilbilly.
She's a dumb Gilbilly.
She can't. She finally learned how to get up on
So
the
anyway,
bed.
I thought it was cool though.
That
I
is
was like,
cool.
hell yeah, that would be so much fun. And then maybe they get to help out and get an all things comedy car.
That would be cool.
I'm just saying.
Beach cop's car.
As long as I'm one of the drivers, I don't give a fuck. All right, let's get out of here. Come on.
Thank you.
Let's call it. It's been real. We
Yeah.
appreciate you. And Joy's going to stop this thing in a second as soon as she
You're
gets
not
out.
going to?
I don't want to stop that stuff. I'm not that
fucking red
sappy.
button stuff.
Oh, red button. Here, I'm going to touch your red button as soon as you move.